Hey guys, what's up? This is Cashara and I'm coming to you live today on this beautiful Saturday to talk to you about cheesy garlic breadsticks. If you follow me already, you may have seen my post yesterday and they were mouth-watering. If you haven't, feel free to check out my page and see the picture I took of these beautiful, gorgeous breadsticks. I think people were drooling on their phone screens, and if I could have transported them through to you via Facebook Messenger, I totally would have, but I got so many requests yesterday for the recipe, for a live on how I did it. Of course, as usual, I wanted to test them out for you guys first before I put this out there, because we know I've tried plenty of recipes that went totally horrible, and everyone has that Pinterest recipe that's just a train wreck, right? And so I try to make sure that I test things out before I ever share them with you. And this is actually not a recipe I found anywhere else. This is based on my fathead pizza crust recipe that I have tried a million times and I love it, love it, love it. And so I just tweaked a few ingredients, a few different portion sizes so that this would work for awesome cheesy garlic breadsticks. So if you love bread, feel free to drop a bread loaf, breadstick, anything below in the comments. Otherwise, let's get right to it, okay? So if you're watching live, feel free to drop a 1 below. If you're watching the replay, a 2 below. And if you are new to my broadcast, feel free to drop new below. And if we haven't met before, I'm Cashara, and it's nice to meet you. So, cheesy garlic breadsticks. If you're on keto, if you're not, if you're low carb, high fat, if you're just low carb, if you're whatever, not eating bread, if you're gluten free, this is going to be your new favorite thing. So for those nights that you make zoodles or marinara and spaghetti squash or something where you just want that breadstick, you just want a side of garlic bread, if your family's eating pizza and you're trying to stay good, this is gonna be your thing, okay? This is a little bit smaller recipe that I use for my family. We have 3 of us. Hello, I can count, I swear. And so this made 3 giant breadsticks. I'm probably gonna try and make 4 today for you guys. If you have a bigger family, feel free to double the recipe. It will still turn out awesome. Sorry, this lighting is so crazy. It's like taking out half my hair when I walk into it. I swear I do have a giant messy mom bun up there. But anyway, these breadsticks, I have found that if I make a bigger batch for our small family, if I have leftovers, they don't keep that well. They're fine, and I can microwave them or put them in the toaster oven, but these are really good fresh. So, super simple, just like fathead pizza crust. I'm going to be using almond flour today for mine, and I'm using Bob's Red Mill. I had Anthony's brand of almond flour. That's super good too, but it was unblanched, however you say that. And so actually all of my breads and pizzas and everything were turning a really dark brown, which was good, but it didn't seem like it was as appetizing the second day. So I kind of switched back to Bob's Red Mill. I love trying new brands, but this is my favorite. I got it off of Amazon. If you've never made fathead pizza crust before, do not stress. I'm here to help make things easier. This is a cakewalk, I promise you. So, without further ado, feel free, if you share this video, drop shared in the comments below so that I can give you a full name shout out. And let's get going. So you're going to need 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. These don't have to be perfectly exact. I'm using cream cheese from Costco. And then, so you're gonna start with that, and then 2 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. So you can shred it yourself, or if the pre-shredded doesn't bother you with the potato starch, you can use pre-shredded. I'm using pre-shredded from Costco. But like I said, this is great whether you're keto, whether you're just low carb and not keto. Hey Sarah, what is up? Hey Debbie, how are you guys doing? Hi Kayla. What are you all up to on this busy Saturday? Kind of sticking together in clumps because I had frozen a bag of it. Does anyone else go to Costco and stock up massively on cheese? It can't just be me. I buy all of the cheese. So then I melt this. Hey Kayla, how's it going? So I'm gonna microwave this. If you don't have a microwave or you don't use the microwave, feel free to stick it in the oven in a oven safe dish and just let it melt a little bit, okay? So we're gonna do that for 1 minute on high. And then there's kind of a trick, because normally on my fathead pizza crust I do 3 cups of shredded cheese, And so we're only doing 2 this time. Number 1, because I want the main ingredient in the breadsticks so that they're really fluffy and delicious to be the almond flour. But I leave a little bit of cheese out accidentally because if you add in some regular shredded cheese, not in this melted mixture, then it will make kind of melty twists, which I don't know if any of you guys like Round Table or Pizza Hut or anything. Before you started this new way of eating, or maybe you're thinking about this new way of eating, but I miss garlic cheesy breadsticks. Like, I really do. I'm not gonna lie to you. Almost done. 20 more seconds. What's up? What's up? Happy Saturday. Getting ready to walk into church. Awesome. Yay, Debbie, I'm so glad you're here live too. Hey, Madison, what's up? How are you guys doing? What are you up to today? We are just hanging out. The weather is beautiful. My husband is driving my son around for his nap, per usual, and so that's my time to go live. If you guys have kids, feel free to drop how many you have in the comments below. And names, ages, boys, girls. I have 1 boy, he's 2.5. Okay, so melty mixture, voila. You're just gonna mix so that the cream cheese is melted in, just like you would for fathead pizza crust. Okay, I'm sure you can do this in a mixer. I don't know, I just keep things simple. Yum, so good, right? Okay, melted mixture. Thank you for all the likes and comments and shares so far, you guys. What's up? Hey, Vanessa, how's it going? Okay, so we have this mixture here. Next step. Side note, mom brain, here we go. Turn your oven to 375. So I do all this while that's heating up. 1 egg. Ta-da. And then we are going to do 1.5 cups of almond flour. Now I'm sure you can kind of alter this depending if you like your breadsticks to be like a little bit more doughy or a little bit more fluffy. I always get the question about coconut flour, so if you have to do coconut flour or prefer coconut flour, for me what's always worked is for any recipe with almond flour, do half of that in coconut flour. I don't know why that is, but it like expands out and goes poof. And so yeah, I tried doing like a same for same kind of mixture. It does not work that way. So as I'm starting to mix this in, the one thing I did not do yesterday is I actually put all of my seasonings in the butter on top, and then the bread just kind of tasted like doughy crust, which works great for a pizza. But for the breadsticks today, I thought I'm actually going to put my seasonings in the dough today. So I have freeze-dried basil. Of course, fresh is better if you have it. If not, no big deal. I'm going to do 1/4 teaspoon of basil, 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. Voila, you can do more or less. Seriously, no big deal. And so I'm mixing that into the mixture. And then I'm gonna leave all the garlic for the butter sauce on top. What do you guys like with your breadsticks? Do you like them with salad? Do you dip them in things? I've talked about this before, we are a sauce family. And so I love breadsticks just dipped in ranch. So you can find like your favorite salad dressing that's approved for whatever plan you're on, whether it's keto or not, just low carb, doesn't matter. These are also really good if you can find a marinara sauce, tomato sauce that doesn't have high sugars. What's up, Connie? Hey, Sadie, how's it going? How are you guys doing today? Happy Saturday. So here's a little tip for you, okay? This is how my dough looks. Everyone sees my pizzas and sees the breadsticks come out. It's not pretty. It's not perfectly blended. It will not look like a normal lump of dough, bread dough. It won't be perfectly smooth, at least for me. Mine always turns out like this. So the trick, which I have told everybody, and I will keep telling people because if you don't know, try this. When you're going to put it on the tray, wet your hands. Same with like when I make the everything bagels, which if you haven't tried those yet and you love bagels, check it out. They are so bomb. Wet your hands in cold water. Hey, Lindsay, what is up, you guys? Man, everyone is hopping on today. Everyone's busy. Thanks for being here, you guys. I know everyone's super busy, so I really appreciate it. So here we are, garlic cheesy breadsticks. Oh, last thing, this is what I told you guys about. So I'm going to take, now that this is all mixed up, and this is just for fun because I did it yesterday and it worked out awesome. 1/4 cup of the shredded mozzarella, and I'm just gonna mix that in loosely at the end here, because see, everything else is melted already. And so now you just have these like mozzarella strings, kind of. Yeah, it's not pretty, but they will be, I promise you. I took the picture yesterday of the same exact recipe. So you have these stringy pieces. If you love cheese, this is a must. And then I'm gonna get some cold water here so I don't have to keep going back and forth. Get some cold water, like from your sink or whatever. And then, depending how many breadsticks you want, break off that much dough. Now, just like fathead pizza crust, realize that this is very filling. So yesterday I just made 3, and I'm trying to see if you can see my tray here. Okay, yes. And they were giant, and they were super filling. That's all I ate for pretty much the whole day. So, cold water. I have some in a cup here. You can stand by the sink when you do it, and you can make them whatever shape you want. If you want to try and do like a cool twist, if you're creative like that, you probably could. See, this is a little bit big. I think I'd rather have 4 today. I've also done this where you make it like a pizza and you put all the toppings on, and instead of normal pizza toppings, just do butter and cheese, and then you can cut it that way. But these turned out a little bit fluffier. So I'm just going to make a long breadstick here. Hey, what's up, Lisa? How's it going? Hey, hi, Debbie. How are you? Can we pop it in the freezer? Probably. I have not tried that yet. Like I said, I just did this today, or yesterday when I made it for the first time. But yeah, so see how the cold water, just put a few drops on here, and then the dough will totally bond together way better. So if you're having trouble with a bagel recipe or a bread recipe, the trick is cold water. Warm or hot does not work. I don't know why. But I'm sure someone who's scientific and really good at chemistry and all that would know. And so these are also great if you're just having like a casserole dish or a big salad, but you just really are craving that bread. I love gluten, like for real, and my body does not like it at all. It does not agree with me. It doesn't agree with my mood. It doesn't agree with my skin. It doesn't agree with my weight. It doesn't agree with anything. Hey, Melissa, that's okay. Cliff notes are we are making cheesy garlic breadsticks. Super easy so far. Kind of a simplified fathead pizza crust recipe, and I will type it up as soon as I'm done. But like I said, the baby's sleeping, so I jumped on live first before typing. Yeah, see, this is perfect. Perfect for 4. So if you have a bigger family than I do, since there's just 3 of us, but we have big appetites, so you know that counts for something, right? Feel free to double the recipe. That totally works. Don't mind me, just my workout pants on. Okay, here we go. Look at there. So we have 4 giant breadsticks, and honestly, if you're eating these with a meal, like I ate 1.5 yesterday, but that was my entire lunch. If you're gonna eat these with a salad or a casserole, make spaghetti squash with marinara sauce, then you could probably honestly have these and just eat a half. So that's how those are. And now what we are going to do with these is put them in your oven, which is already heated to 375 for 5 minutes. Okay? Okie dokie. And hopefully nothing will smoke, because I definitely need to get my oven checked. What are the ingredients? The ingredients are 1 egg. I can think. 1.5 cups of almond flour, 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, and 2 cups of mozzarella cheese, and then an extra 1/4 cup of mozzarella to mix into your already mixed dough so that you have kind of those stringy, melty cheese bits when you get it out of the oven. So while that's in the oven, it's only 5 minutes. Like I said, your whole cooking time is 10 minutes on this. So this is something great to have those like pre-rolled out. You can even keep them in the fridge, and then as soon as like the rest of your dinner is done, feel free to pop these in. So now I'm going to take a little ramekin bowl type thing, and we are going to put, this is where if you're tracking seriously, you're going to have to check how many tablespoons you actually use of butter. I'm going to use 1.5 tablespoons today of whatever butter you prefer, whatever's approved for whatever plan you are on. So I have a 1.5 tablespoons of that. And then I'm going to put in roasted garlic, roasted crushed garlic. I love this one, of course. Let me spill it all over. Of course, you can crush it yourself. I kind of do a heaping quarter teaspoon. You can do a half teaspoon too if you love garlic. And then I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of basil in there and a little bit of cilantro again. The main measurement for that though is in the recipe, in the dough. And then we are going to melt this down. The other thing is, I thought I grabbed it. Nope. If you guys don't have this seasoning from Trader Joe's, the everything but the bagel, it's awesome. Sesame seeds, sea salt, minced garlic, minced onion, black sesame seeds, and poppy seeds. So I usually put a dash of that in there. You don't have to. And then I melt this. Voila. 1 minute. And then that will be all melted. And so now the best part about these breadsticks is that you can kind of do whatever you want with the toppings. So if you want to do just garlic and cheese, you can. Remember that they're already going to be really cheesy. So, sorry, I'm seeing questions coming in. It is so yummy, Angela. You are correct. How many carbs are in it? I will post the carb tracking as soon as I get done, Brittany. I promise you. And yes, Trisha, I will post the recipe. Don't worry, I will not leave it out. Like I said, my husband's driving my son around so he stays asleep so that you didn't have a screaming baby and barking dogs on this live with me. So we have the melted butter, and then I also grabbed pepperoni. If you have pepperoni and maybe you just want to have this for your lunch, I think it would be so awesome to just stick pepperonis on 1 or 2 of the breadsticks, and then you can dip them in marinara. You can make creamy Alfredo sauce, which is another one of my favorites. Fresh ranch dressing, bottled ranch dressing, whatever your style is. See, I said bark and now they bark. How does that work? Lyle, come here. Do any of you feed your dogs keto or low carb? I would love to know. I think I'm thinking about switching them. Because this kibble, I swear I get like the limited ingredient kibble and my dogs just seem to be getting larger. I'm rambling now. How's it going? Thank you, Lisa. That's so sweet of you. Oh my gosh. Hey Barb, what's up? You guys are so awesome. The Saturday crew is where it's at. My butter didn't completely melt. Of course, if you have Kerrygold, that's the butter of choice, obviously, but I get a lot of butter from Costco. And in case you're curious, I am lazy keto. That seems to be my title if I needed to have one. So I'm not super strict. But it's working for me, and the way I'm doing it's working for me and my husband really well. I would love to know in the comments if you guys are doing keto, if you're low carb, if you're any of the others. If you don't have any, that's fine. That's fine. Paleo, Whole30, whatever. Let me know. I'd love to know. How much weight have I lost on keto? 28 pounds so far. I started with 80 to lose. I'm definitely plus size, and I'm 5'11", so yeah. I have a flowy shirt on because I love flowy shirts. And my husband is down, if I can add here, 46, 45 in 2.5 months. And then I've been 3.5 months. And so, of course, women take longer than men, right? But I'm so excited for him. He had 100 pounds to lose at the start of this. And so he's killing it. I feel like I'm killing it also, so that's fine. Okay, this is about to beep. And so I need to find a towel because I can't find an oven mitt to save my life. Okay. If you don't have a tile counter, be sure to put something down so you don't melt your counter, right? Okay, so this is where they're at. Voila. They're kind of half cooked, okay? And that's fine, that's the goal. Kind of the same as the pizza. And then we are going to take the butter. Hopefully you guys can see this. Yes. I'm kind of afraid if I move my phone right now that it will just fall over. I have a new stand, but I haven't gotten it set up yet. It's more important to come on and talk to you beautiful people. Okay, so I am just brushing this garlic mixture. This was 1.5 tablespoons of butter, dash of oregano, dash of basil, and a heaping quarter teaspoon of crushed roasted garlic. I don't know why the roasted is better, but it is. And these seriously remind me so much. We just have Round Table here in my tiny little town, and so I seriously just love their breadsticks. There we go. And then, so you can just put them in like that if you don't want to do any added cheese. I found a cheese from Costco. I know you're gonna ask me the name. I cannot remember the name. It's like a feminine name, Serena, Serafina, something like that. But at the bottom it says a like daring blend of Parmesan and Gouda. Anyway, no carbs, of course, and it's delicious, and I don't have any regular Parmesan, otherwise that's what I would use. And so, of course, I'm a cheeseaholic. If you're a cheeseaholic, feel free to drop a cheese in the comments below. And so I'm going to just sprinkle these with cheese. Just a little bit, not too much. The whole recipe is cheese, am I right? My husband and I are doing keto together. He's lost 23 pounds and I've lost 11 in a month. That is incredible. Congratulations. You're doing it together too. I love it. How many calories do I take in per day? I actually don't track that strictly. I just kind of stay on my macro goals. And kind of, I don't track daily. I just track it whenever things aren't moving. Whenever I've stalled for too many days is when I decide that, you know what, let's pull the reins in a little bit. Probably eating too much cheese. Probably should just pull this back a little bit, right? Cheeseaholics, yes, we should unite. We need a club or something. That's what we need. Okay, so I'm gonna try out the pepperoni since I haven't before. Ta-da! So we have just the cheese. I did some pepperoni versions. And then I'm gonna put them in for about 10 to 12 minutes. We're gonna see how it goes. Like I said, my oven is having issues where it goes from like 200 to 450, like overnight. The sun is coming in from my skylight. Cheeseaholic. Hey Leah, what is up, girl? How you doing? Yeah, so thank you guys as always for sharing this. Feel free if you share right now, I'd love to give you a first and last name shout out. Just write shared in the comments because they don't alert me anymore. Is anyone curvy on here? Anyone plus size? I'd love to know. Not that it matters, but I have a whole connection group, it feels like, with ladies and men that need to lose quite a bit of weight. If you don't, that's awesome too. No hard feelings either way. But we gotta stick together. It's a long journey. I kind of got on last night and just rambled about how when you have a lot to lose, it can take a long time, and you just want it to be done, right? Have you ever used coconut flour for this recipe? So I have, and with coconut flour, I always have to do half whatever the almond flour asks for. And that's like any recipe. I've tried so many Pinterest recipes, and as soon as the coconut flour switches out the almond flour, just half it and do that. Does the almond flour have an almond taste? I do not think so, personally. Lila, shh. Ashley Marie, thank you for sharing. Lisa Brush, thank you for sharing. If you guys are new to my broadcast, I typically have glasses on, and so if I get really close, it's because I can't see you and see your comments. So I'm trying to read them. I can totally read just fine. It's just super glowy. Yes, I am, and you seem to look my same size. Thank you, Angela. That's so sweet of you. I am 5'11", like I said, curvy. I've had one kid, a C-section, and what was I gonna say? I started at a size like 18, and now I'm a 14. Not that that matters. It all varies anyway, depending store to store, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm feeling good, and I've definitely dropped body fat. I highly recommend, a lot of people have asked me, I have this awesome scale that they have on Amazon. If you just search like body fat analyzer or scale with fat analyzer, it's awesome. So that if the numbers don't go down, look at this lighting. I don't know what is happening. You suddenly look gray on my skin, but it's really awesome when you stand on it. It will show you your body fat every day. And so a lot of times if my poundage is not going down, the body fat might be. Or if you start working out and then you get more muscle and that weighs heavier, then suddenly you think, I'm not making any progress, but you are. It's just in other places. 25 more pounds here. That is awesome, Brandy. You need to lose about 50, Terry. That is a great goal. You can totally do it. I believe in you. 5'2" and plus size. Lazy keto. Rock on. I love lazy keto, man. I just can't do it. The brand of my scale, Leah, I am not sure the name of it. Like I said, I've just looked on Amazon. I think it's $40 or $50, and just search like weight loss scale and body fat, or body fat analyzer, and it'll show you like a bunch, and get the one that's 4 or 5 stars. You have kids, 2 kids, down 20 in 9 weeks. That's insane. Hope you guys don't mind just hanging out here for a few minutes talking shop while the breadsticks are finishing. Otherwise I can just cut this off and then I can share a picture with you like I normally do. Lost 21, so almost there. Oh my gosh, okay. I can't show you a picture because I'm live right now. But this is a random tangent. If you ever think you haven't lost a lot, next time you're in the store, grab that many boxes of butter. You don't have to buy them, but just hold on to them. People laugh at me because I have a picture. I can't handle this lighting, oh my gosh. I have a picture of 24 pounds of butter stacked in front of me. And it's because I was getting super discouraged, and growing up my mom would tell me like, oh, you've only lost 1 pound, and she would show me like a pound of butter. So if you're discouraged, you know, or like our kid, like my husband was like, oh, I've only lost 31 pounds. And I was like, that's how much our son weighs. Like that's how much you've been carrying around. So find a great visual. My eyebrows are always amazing. Oh my gosh, thank you, Sarah. Benefit has this awesome thing, and it's really fast. My makeup routine, I swear, is like 4 minutes or less, and mostly drugstore. Dawn 60 down 80 to go. Holy cow, congratulations. All you guys are just killing it. This is just so awesome. Mostly lazy keto. Have you ever used oat fiber? I have not. Is that good? I gotta try that. Go pick up a 5 or 10 pound bag of potatoes. That's another great visual. Yeah, something, next time you're in the store, like I said, you don't even have to buy it. I gotta make sure. I feel like my video last night, my posture is all like this. But yeah, I'm rambling, you guys. If you're moms though, you get it. Your brain is going like 4 million ways at once. You just got the same scale, Melissa. Awesome. Let's check our timer. We have 5 minutes left. The key too is so that you don't overcook the breadsticks. Make sure that like once you do 9 or 10 minutes, put them on broil on low just to get the cheese melty, and then take them out, because usually the dough is completely fine, just like fathead pizza crust. Do I like bulletproof coffee? I do, actually. I just did a video on that yesterday or the day before. I love black coffee though, so I'm probably the wrong person to ask on that one. I'm not a huge fan of the butter in it, so I try and like overload the butter with coconut oil. Shared, Brittany Johnson, you rock. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. Yeah, feel free to send friend requests. I love meeting new people. I love talking. I talk all day long. And I'm a mom, so I'm home with a toddler most of the time, so it's fun to actually talk to other humans that are adults and not just two. Not that I don't love talking to him, but still. Feel free to send a friend request. I love it. I love it. Lost 4 pounds in a week. I think that's what you said, yeah. That's awesome. Hey, Mandy, how's it going, girl? You sent a friend request too, Kathleen. Thank you so much. What do people eat when they're not into eggs? Like for breakfast, Kelly, is that what you're talking about? Sarah Morgan, thank you for sharing. As always, you rock. And as far as the eggs go, if you mean like for breakfast, I started intermittent fasting a week or 2 after I started keto. Yes, that's what you said. Okay, I started intermittent fasting, and so I actually skip breakfast completely, and I don't eat until noon or 1. And I just drink bulletproof coffee and water and a few other things. But I love sparkling water too. But if you don't like eggs, I would highly suggest finding like some sort of meat. Sometimes I used to just eat like the chicken sausages from Costco. If there was one that was low in carbs, not the chicken apple ones, but a different brand, I would just eat that with a side of avocado. I would pan fry them up and then have that for breakfast instead of eggs. And then obviously, I don't know how you do like egg salad or something, but there's plenty of stuff instead of eggs that you can do. Shared, thank you for sharing. Dawn Michelle, you are awesome. Gonna try it tonight with oat fiber. Please let me know how that goes. I'd love to try that. I love trying new ingredients and stuff. Checking out how they are. Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Valerie. See, I can see your name. Thank you. I appreciate you. I go live every day. I'm really like stupid simple keto. Like that is me. I want it as easy and quickly as possible to figure out. Most of the time, if I come on here with recipes, there's 3 or 4 a week, and they are going to be like probably 5 ingredients or less. Today it was only more because they were seasonings, but I bought, I think, 3 books when I first started, and I haven't even used them because every single page, it's like recipe, ingredients, And then it's like, mix well. I'm like, where do you find these ingredients? Shared and also friend requested, thank you for sharing. Alicia Stanley, you rock. Angela, my favorite keto dinner. We really had quite a fathead pizza phase with like Alfredo sauce and chicken, garlic chicken Alfredo pizza, barbecue chicken pizza, pepperoni pizza. We had quite a pizza phase for sure. I think we got burnt out actually. Our favorite one now, my favorite, is probably we do the taco soup, crock pot soup, and that's like 4 ingredients again. Super easy. I don't get sick of it. And then, what's the other thing we eat? My husband eats a lot of bunless burgers. I eat a lot of salads, or I make cheese chips with guacamole. It's super simple. You love my food ideas, Mandy. I love you. You're so awesome. Thank you for sending a friend request, Kathy. Hey, Claudia. What's bulletproof coffee? Okay, I made a totally simple video on it. I love making videos on these simple things because I feel like no one explains it. Everyone talks about it, no one tells you what it is. I'm just gonna check that my oven has not gone crazy bananas here. It's good though. And they will, some of them are turning out a little bit flatter than others because, you know, if the portions aren't perfect. Bulletproof coffee is a way that if you're not getting enough fats in your day, it's a way for you to kind of quickly get them in. It's also a way that if you're intermittent fasting, for you to stay full all morning, get those fats in. You can throw in MCT oil, collagen, any of those kind of things, special supplements, whatever. And the key is, as you see, if you check out my video, if not, no big deal, do your portions, whatever you need. So if you're having a trouble getting your fats in and you track on your macro app or whatever, put butter in and coconut oil. So for me, I usually do 1 tablespoon of Kerrygold butter, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, plop them in your hot coffee, let them melt for a second, and then make sure to put them in a blender, use a frother, something, because otherwise it will all separate and then it's physically very difficult to drink down. Like I was gagging the first few times until I finally realized that people were blending it. Oh my gosh. So blend it for like 2 or 3 seconds in a NutriBullet or Vitamix or whatever with a frother and it will change your life. So much easier to drink. I still drink it with a straw so that I don't have to worry about like the top foamy layer, but that's just me. How do you do the taco soup, Valerie? I can tag you in it below as soon as this is done if you want. It's super, super simple. Can I have recipe again? Yes. Okay, recipe. 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. I'm gonna turn it on low for the broil now. Low broil, 1 to 2 minutes. Make sure these are looking okay. There we go. Okay, recipe for these breadsticks. 2 tablespoons cream cheese, 2 cups of shredded mozzarella, 1 egg, 1.5 cups of almond flour, or 3/4 cup of coconut flour, and basil, oregano, crushed garlic, and then any Parmesan cheese if you want to throw it on top. That's it though. What can you use for creamer and sweetener? Hopefully I didn't miss any of your questions. Can you give us a heads up days before you go live and list ingredients we should go buy? I will try. I'm not sure if this is in a group or where you're at, Lisa, but I go live every single day and it's usually about keto or about weight loss or about whatever. What can you use for creamer? You can use heavy whipping cream. That's a great one. And then sweetener, Truvia, Swerve. I tried this the other day. I was not a fan, but it doesn't have flavor. I don't know. If I'm gonna use an artificial sweetener, I need flavor. Some people use sugar-free syrups. That's like a personal choice though, because some people get really strict about all that. On lazy keto, like that's the kind of stuff I use. Me too on the soup, please. Of course, it's awesome. I make this soup every week because my husband takes it to work every single day. It's super easy. It holds up really well in the fridge, and then the taco seasonings just come out and come to life in it every single day, and it's just awesome. Creamer, heavy whipping cream. Yes, you're right, Brandy. She's like a keto pro. You're new. That's okay, Lisa. Don't worry. Don't stress. This is easy. Everyone makes it really complicated. It's super easy. Do you ever add a raw egg to your coffee? I have not. Is that good? Have you tried that, Melinda? I used to drink egg whites a lot before in my like smoothies and stuff before I started keto, but that's when I was doing like low calorie and don't eat anything. Okay. I'm gonna show you. They look awesome. Here we go. So they're obviously a little bit flatter than normal breadsticks, but here we go. Look at these. Don't these look amazing? Can you see them? I hope you can. They're, like I said, they're a tiny bit flatter than mine yesterday, but I only made 3 yesterday. So if you want them to stand a little bit taller, just make less breadsticks. And this dough isn't like regular flour, so it's not gonna puff up. I've noticed with my pizza crusts and these breadsticks now, whatever like height or width or depth or whatever I make them is how they turn out. And so in my opinion, these look like completely awesome. Let me see if I can get a plate here really quick to show you. So you can see them like not, holy moly, that's hot. Okay, so these look so good though. I cannot wait to eat them. If I could transport one to you, I would. Okay, this plate's way too small, but I don't care. It's all right. It's all right. Look at these, okay? Like, what is happening? Okay, so these are so filling, like I said. If you want them to be a little puffier, you could even add a little extra 1/4 cup of flour. Because of the extra cheese at the end, that's kind of why these got a little bit flatter, but I don't care. They're still about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch thick. I mean, that's still a decent breadstick, you know what I mean? Making me hungry. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. I've not eaten today, and it is 4 o'clock here. I'm in Pacific Standard Time in Northern California, a few hours from the Nevada state line. So I'm in the mountains in the middle of nowhere. So like I said, if you're bored and you need someone to talk to, I'm a busy, busy mom, but I will talk to you for sure. Going to Costco tomorrow to buy some almond flour. Yes, Debbie, and get all the cheeses. Oh my gosh. I just saw this 60-hour, I can talk to you about that. Just message and let me know. Lisa, need in my life. This is not helping, is it? Go NorCal. What's up, Dawn? How's it going? Yeah, that's where I am. I'm in a tiny little town. So I use limited ingredients. I use simple recipes. I keep things simple. I'm a super busy mom. I work from home. I also run a small business outside of my home too, a physical business. So we have a lot going on. So you can always guarantee if you are watching or listening to me, I'm going to tell it how it is. I'm going to keep it real, and I'm going to tell you the things to avoid. What are you going to use for dipping sauce? Great question. I'm going to use ranch dressing. I have a container I have already made in the fridge, and I'm lazy keto. So I literally use the ranch packet with mayonnaise, and I use heavy cream and dilute it half water because the regular recipe asks for milk, like 2%, and that has too much sugar in it. And a lot of people are super strict keto, so if that's you, feel free to look up on Pinterest like a super, super pure, clean ranch recipe. I know there are some on there. I just have not tried them yet, but I'm sure they're awesome. But I just, like I said, I'm super busy, so ranch packet, that's how I do it, and that works out for me. And then the other dipping sauce is a marinara. Let me see if I have one. I can show you. Like I said, I live in a small town, so we don't have any like box stores here. So we just have a market. So this is actually Mozzarella brand. And this is kind of the marinara I use because there's no sugar in the ingredients. And the only sugars in this is from the tomatoes, and then a 1/2 cup is 90 calories, and that's actually a lot of sauce. Like usually on my fathead pizza, I probably use a 1/4 cup, maybe. So this is really good. So just make sure you check out those ingredients when you're at the store, and yeah, you'll find an awesome one. What's my favorite type of cheese to use for this? In the bread crust, I used, someone just messaged me. They need the recipe. I know, I'm so sorry. I'm almost done. Okay, I will post the recipe. Mozzarella and is in the breadsticks, and then I used a Parmesan blend on top. Okay? Okay. So, again, my name is Laura Cashara. I'm having so much fun talking to you all. Stay tuned. We'll be going live again tomorrow. Thank you so much. Don't give up on yourselves. You are all killing it, and don't overcomplicate it. Thank you for all the likes, comments, and shares. I love every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching.